Hello everybody and welcome back. As always, I'm Mateo311, joined by Cosmo the dog, and this is your channel for everything VR related. So today we are going over all of the VR games releasing in the month of June, and unfortunately it's looking pretty terrible. There's nothing that's been announced right now that I'm excited for. However, I will be talking about a few other things that do excite me in the month of June, like the fact that I'm going to be able to finally show you guys a little bit of Behemoth. Yep, you're going to get a first look at that in a week or so. Additionally, we have the summer game show coming up, so there will be some cool announcements. But in this video, maybe there's something for you. We'll see. Now, there are, of course, links and timestamps if you want to skip ahead. But before we jump in, this video is brought to you by my sponsor, Kiwi Design. Kiwi has accessories for all of your favorite headsets, and they finally started releasing some new products for the Quest 3. On screen, we have their brand new extra comfy Quest 3 Elite strap. I've been using head straps from Kiwi for years now, and they're hands down my favorite. There's a link to Kiwi down in the description, and don't forget to use discount code Mateo311 for 5% off and to help support my channel. Okay, so let's start this video off like normal with the new titles that are coming to the Quest Plus subscription service in the month of June. First up is some parkour mini games with Stride. Now, not to be confused with Stride Fates, which utilizes all the same mechanics and assets, but actually delivers a full story campaign. The original Stride, on the other hand, is just a series of minigames such as time trials and other forms of parkour-based racing. It did also include a multiplayer version, which is similar to something like the original version of Gorilla Tag. Now, if you do have a Quest Plus subscription service, it's definitely worth checking out. Just like our next game, Warhammer 40k Battle Sister. This is a dark sci-fi themed shooter set in the lore-rich world of Warhammer 40k. You'll take on the role of Battle Sister as you shoot, slash, and psychic power your way through a large array of enemies from heretics all the way to demonic creatures. Now, personally, I am a huge Warhammer 40k fan, and I will say this game kind of failed to deliver for me. I think it just needed to be a little bit more visceral, more brutal, and have better graphics. That's what ultimately held it back from me. But this was an early Quest 1 game. That being said, though, it's still worth playing through. I played through the whole thing. It kept me involved just enough to want to see the end and keep going. So, again, if you have that subscription service, go ahead and use it. I think you'll enjoy this game. But let's move on to new releases. Now, when I said there's nothing in June that excites me at all, I probably went a little bit too far there because there are some games I'm excited for, like our first title, Silent Slayer: Vault of the Vampire. I've actually already covered the beginning of this game, and we'll put a link up to that video if you want to check it out. But the game plays out like a horror-themed version of Operation, where you need to disarm an array of traps and stake a vampire without waking him up. It's sort of like a creepy version of I Expect You to Die, but obviously the tone and overall theme is completely different. Now, if that's not your style, how does some motorcycle racing sound to you with Vrider SBK? Prepare to jump into the heart-pounding world of motorcycle racing as you accelerate to speeds over 200 miles per hour across 7 official licensed tracks. There's multiple different game modes available, plus a global leaderboard so you can show off just how good you are. But if you prefer off-roading to motorcycles, we're also getting Exocars. Designed to emulate real car physics and create a really unique driving experience, Exocars plans to make every single race truly unpredictable, with uneven surfaces of multiple different types of terrain, ramps, the ability to drift, and some serious obstacles. You're in for a real challenge if you take your eyes off the road for just 1 second. And finally, for our racing fans, we have something a bit more typical with Downtown Club. At launch, the game features 3 hatchback cars, all available in a standard or sports version. There's multiple different gameplay modes available, including a free drive mode where you could just chill out and explore the map. And in a future update, they're planning to release new game modes, cars, maps, and even online multiplayer. But if you're like me and not really into racing games, let's move on to virtual blacksmithing. Blackforge, a smithing adventure, will put you in the shoes of a legendary blacksmith. With the help of your mystical forge, you'll be crafting mighty weapons and impeccable tools. So rather than just creating 1,000 daggers in Skyrim VR, why not try some actual blacksmithing in Blackforge, a smithing adventure? Now, next up, we have a game that was originally scheduled to release in May, but has been delayed until June, and that is Taskmaster VR. Based on the quirky TV show that I've never even seen or heard of, but now anyone could be a contestant on that show and be forced to complete a wide array of different tasks. Now, taking a look at the trailer, I have absolutely no idea what I'm really getting into. It could be anything from a series of lame minigames, all the way to unique challenges and some funny storytelling. So I'll definitely keep an eye on this one, but I don't think it's really my style. Now, on that topic, the next game does look like it's up my alley, but also has a really terrible looking trailer. Neon Squad Tactics features some turn-based combat similar to that of Demio, but instead of fantasy, we're jumping into a sci-fi cyberpunk style world. Before each mission, you need to strategically plan on what equipment to take, plus what squad members have the best abilities for the task at hand. There's also a full progression system with 4 tiers of powers, and this game is starting to remind me of XCOM, which I absolutely loved, but I just hope it plays better than it looks in the trailer. Now, if you prefer platformers over tactical combat, I'm happy to report that the PlayStation VR 2 is finally getting Skyclimb. This action-adventure platforming experience offers up 65 levels, 7 boss fights, an array of multiplayer modes for up to 6 people, and finally a builder mode where you can create your own levels and share them out to the community. But if you're looking for something a bit more down to earth, we have Miracle Pool. Miracle Pool uses augmented reality to drop a pool table in your very own living space. From there, you pretty much game like normal. There's a bunch of different gameplay modes. You could go up against AI, or you could play online with up to 4 people. So if you're currently looking for a new pool application, but also like to keep an eye on your surroundings, Miracle Pool sounds right up your alley. Okay, so I just want to end this video with the stuff that I'm really excited for, because like I said, not the most exciting month for sure. I guess if you're a racing fan, there's a bunch of games coming, and the racing genre is just really underpopulated on the Quest. But besides that, there's nothing that like I'm extremely excited for. Everything's pretty much casual, these wacky games. I'm looking for the more mature stuff. So the exciting things are, well, one, I think we will get at least one surprise this month. One surprise drop game. I might know something that I'm not allowed to talk about. On top of that, we also have the PlayStation Showcase coming later this week. Hopefully they report a bunch of new PlayStation VR 2 games. It's about time. If they go the route of announcing Astrobot and it's not for VR, I think we're going to have a riot, but let's move on from that. I'm digressing. Additionally, like I said, I'm going to get the show off Behemoth this month. In about a week or so, everyone who went to all the demos and got their, virtual tour, got to try the game, they're all going to be putting out content, myself included, so you're definitely going to see Behemoth very soon, and I don't think it'll disappoint. Now, moving on from there, we also have the Summer Gaming Showcase dropping, which will be our first look at Batman VR. So I'm extremely excited for that. I'm sure we'll probably get some other games in there too, at least I hope. Maybe we'll get to see Alien Rogue Incursion, who knows? But yeah, there's some cool announcements coming this month, even if we're not getting the great list of games that we really want to see. It's the summer. This is when everyone kind of just moves out of VR for a little bit and prepares for fall releases. And that was today's video. If you guys have any questions, comments, I'd love to hear them. Drop them down below. If you enjoyed this, thumbs up, and I will see you guys on next time.